Welcome, everyone. We are only waiting for our last friend to arrive. After that, we shall have a game for you. It's a pleasure to have you. I have news that the last of our companions shall be joining us shortly. All is well. All is good. Chavez remains dead. At last, we are ready to begin. This will be good. One final adjustment. If you would, but allow me. There we go. That should do the trick. Good evening, everyone. I am Cronin, Moon and Raven, hero of darkness and fire. By your curse and my father's debt, I am the architect of destiny. Let us go now and tell the tale of adventure in the land of my birth, a place known as ORO. First, let us bring my mother into view. Under the moon, I call by my power the Dreamers Four. Amadeus of Corinthia, wizard, elf, reborn adventurer. Murakan the Black Dragonborn, once beheaded, now blood-drenched. Zurok Prisonborn. Oh, here. Transitions in studio mode. We don't always gel. Let me just fix you right quick there, my compatriot. Well, we'll do that in a moment. And finally, to end with appropriate dramatism, Sully, the dwarf. Now, something has happened to all of your sources, which I will fix shortly. But I welcome you all to today's episode of ORO and the Legend of the Black Pyramid. Episode 3, The Roman Tomb. So, let us just fix a few technical issues while our gentlemen say hello. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves, tell us about your characters and your latest leveling up experience. In fact, the information in the tags underneath them is probably not accurate, as on the last session, our players leveled up and gained a whole host of new abilities. Now, allow me just to fix you, my friends, real quick by fixing the collaboration camera. There we go. That'll be Mr. Zurok, who is now appropriately visible to us all. And then we have Mr. Sully, who doesn't have a border. We shall quite simply make it visible. There we go. You know, I could say I've actually gotten pretty good at managing this bloody program. Certainly not what I expected when I came to this world. Now, in the last episode of ORO, let me just get to my notes.
Lost Mike.
Such as they are.
Oh, there he is.
Let's play some lighter music for this. Oh, I wholly enjoy the magic of your world, gentlemen. It is most noble and easy to do when it wants to be. Unlike the magic from my dimension, which is so composed by will, your darned machines do exactly what one tells them, except of what one wants. That is typically the thing. So, oh,
yeah, your camera's not off,
lost,
and your volume is real loud.
He returns. There we go. So as I was saying, on the last episode of ORO, our heroes left their captive at the home base, their captain being the pigeon reborn man Corpalomus, who was only too eager to be knocked out so that he could miss the less enjoyable parts of the trip. And then the wizard enlarged the dwarves' wood? Gentlemen, am I reading correctly? Was that what actually happened last session?
Yeah, that's very low accurate.
I cannot hear any of you, which might mean that something is off with the audio. Please,
Can
make
you
some
listen to me?
noise.
Hey, boy.
Check,
Yo.
check.
Check.
Make some noise, you bastard. I can't hear anything at all. Oh, the horror.
Enjoy.
Let's see.
Make some noise.
Maybe it's something to do with my mixer. Testing. Well, I should be
Testing.
hearing myself.
But,
Technically, your voice is in the stream. It's off. Let's check the properties. Should be monitoring and outputting. I'm going crazy here.
Chat, we need
Big
feedback.
Mike, please, technical assistance.
I believe on this.
We'll give you heroic inspiration if you're able to fix this in less than 5 minutes. Hello, everyone. Running DnD on Twitch. Oh, so you can hear us perfectly, but I can't hear the boys at all.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yep.
What can I do about that? If anybody can fix this, hey, free sub? No, actually, I'm not the person that offers subs. Let's see. It should be a sources or a settings kind of thing. Kamikaze dwarf in the set.
You have
Let's
so
see what we
many
can do
sound
about
settings that it literally could be anything.
Mixer.
Can't guess the dwarf.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
We hear a feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, you hear feedback loop. What happens if I do this? How about now?
Let me see.
How
Can you
about
hear me?
that?
Can you hear
Now
me?
I can hear you guys at all. Excellent.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, now I've got your audio. Let me see if I can cut off the loop.
Hello?
Talk to me.
I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello. I love you. Can I jump in your game? Sorry.
Is that better?
Doors just... It does. I don't hear feedback. Do you hear us?
No, I
Nope.
don't think there is a feedback.
Okay, we fixed that shit. Fuck yeah. Wizard time. Roll the goddamn natural 20 up in this
Have a
bitch.
dice. I should be getting mine.
So as I was saying,
What are they?
during the last episode, everybody watching, this is just standard Twitch fare. I am a professional mad wizard, technically paid by the this is a stretch, but I am technically legally being paid by the King of England to smoke weed and do magic. That will not be explained for obvious reasons. So, as we were going into the darkness, let us change the music for something more appropriate.
The fuck are my dice?
Yes. So you figured the dark secret of the ancient architecture and sacrificed the drag, and then defeated some Roman legionnaires, some undead wights which had taken over the first room. Upon defeating the paltry enemies in this first room of the dungeon, you saw that one of the doors came down and made an opening. And once you stepped over on the other side, you saw a yawning abyss, a chasm heading into infinite darkness, a spiral stairway made out of that bone white material halfway between cement and something more organic that made up the entire place. Every so often, a sconce wielding a frail silvery flame illuminates the darkness. You cannot see the bottom. Adventurers, what do you do?
Can you share the map again?
Yes, in but a moment. I will send you the link. Allow me to just put my things here to the right where I can manipulate, handle everything a little better. Let me just get you all the zoom.
Can I
to
light
the
a
battle
torch
map.
and drop it in the abyss to see how far it goes?
Sending you the link to the battle map over to our communal group. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will open up the battle map capture. Oh, glorious as it is. Whip. Close this. So our party, and gentlemen, correct me please if I have got this wrong. But the party is Sully, our dwarf barbarian, who is currently level 4. If I got that correct.
Sí, correcto. Yes. Yes, sir.
Amadeus is a level 5 or 6 reborn elf wizard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember that reborn is a special template that is added in our homebrew called ORO. No, we hear you. Well, I hear you at a fairly normal level. I can adjust that later. Being reborn means that you have been remade with blood magic genetic engineering. Normally, there's a whole process to go through, but for our heroes, a big tree was good enough. And so Amadeus was reborn into a new and much more powerful body, which, statistically speaking, is kind of overpowered, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't make the rules, I just made the rules. And then we have Zorok, the level 6 half-orc fighter. Zorok, the prison
So
lord.
level 5.
Powerful is he? Oh, you haven't leveled up?
No, you said that everyone leveled up except for me.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because at the moment you had essentially a milestone experience advantage. And now we have Murakhan, level 5 Dragonborn Ranger, the Black Dragonborn. In the last session, if you can forgive my poor map-making abilities, our heroes entered the first room of the Roman bunker, a structure in the middle of the jungle where they were supposed to meet with an ally who was nowhere to be found. Inside, they found this, a room containing a group of skeletal Roman legionnaires. I will not zoom in any further because I do not own the copyright to that specific token, but essentially, there be some skeletons around and no sign of their ally. You take the back wall and assume this is about where it leaves out in the cardinal directions, and you see what I described before, this staircase heading down, down, down into the darkness. And the last thing I'll say before I give you control of your characters is that as you step through, you feel a light, refreshing mist settle on your skin. It's a little cold in there. What do you do, gentlemen?
I roll for perception, see if I can smell anything. Because see, we can see whatever we can.
Smell. I'll say the cloying smell of... I'm going to take the map down because it's not very highly detailed. The cloying smell of that black goo that is being generated outside on the moat does put a lot of things down. It is sickly sweet, like being stuck in toffee. Yeah, undead Romans smell like candy. Who'd have thunk? So if you want to roll, you may do so. There's no disadvantage. Just saying it might be difficult to do it with smell.
Nah, just roll
you're
a
using
2.
all your senses for this.
I wanna light a torch and throw it down the...
Can I use...
No, before he
One at
lights
a
the
time,
torch,
gentlemen.
stop.
One at a time, gentlemen. So, Turok, please make your roll. Then, what do you want to do, Murakhan?
I rolled a 2, so never mind.
A 2. Listen, you try to look down, you get vertigo. You're not usually a vertigo guy, but you feel it. Murakhan, you said you throw a torch down into the darkness.
Yeah, I take out the torch from my back and pretend to throw it to the darkness.
Okay,
and
so you throw the torch
fire,
down.
I want to make a perception roll to see if I can get a grasp of the depth of this, or see if there is something that we can...
Okay, make a roll first, and then I'll describe what happens.
Okay.
Push it.
Roll a 1d20, perception. Let me just put some appropriate darkness in the back.
That's 15 total.
Okay, so you throw down a regular standard pine or other sap type of torch. And as you do so, you see it fall for a long time. So the structure seems pretty standardized in terms of, yeah, it's a single completely straight tunnel heading on down. But what's weird is that, one, you don't hear the torch hit anything. It's actually kind of miraculous that the throw doesn't hit any of the walls. And two, once it becomes very, very small, barely a tinkle, you do hear a echoing sound as the light snuffs out. It kind of reminds you of somebody throwing water on a fire.
Okay.
So what you're able to see is that there is around 100 meters of descent in terms of if you want to go straight down as throwing a stone, all going around the stone steps. And because you had the bonus of extra illumination, you saw that there are a number of doors on the way. They would all be on your left-hand side because the stairs go down in a clockwise direction. But after those 5, there is then a section where instead of being a door on the outside of the wall, there is now a larger two-handed, I would say door. Maybe I'm being too lenient here with details, but you know that, yeah, there's like a section of descent. And then you can either hop into the darkness or open the door, make your way through.
So I described that the best I can.
Indeed.
Point out the thing that the fact that I listen. It sounds like it was it felt inside something, some kind of liquid. So I'm not sure what is down there. Maybe the same goo that is around.
Can I
at the entrance.
Can I
What do you
use
wish to do, so?
Can I use stone cunning? This is the species trait that I have.
Absolutely. You may use a bonus action to use stone cunning. So you put your hand against one of the walls because you, like, so you're a dwarf, right? And also you built a whole fucking city off of your back. You do know a thing or two about building. But you've never seen this kind of architecture before. You've never seen this material. You've never seen concrete. Especially what looks to be concrete mixed with bone as your senses extend into the stone. You feel liquids. It's the strangest feeling. It's a stone that feels like a plant. You feel as if there is a amount of... There is something happening in those walls. They're not just walls.
They're vegan walls.
So this building is alive.
In a way, I guess. Maybe. That's one way of putting it. So, gentlemen, do you begin to go down into the darkness?
Vegetarian architecture.
Can I try to tap the walls with my weapon?
Yes, you can.
Hear what happens when I use stone cunning and tap it?
Well, so the walls don't react in any particular way, but what surprises you is that it breaks porously. Again, you've never seen concrete before. It's just a different way of using stone that you never thought about. Breaking it into very small... It surprises you that it breaks into a powdery substance. But when you look at your shovel, your recently reinforced beloved Sasha, you do notice that on its edge, there is now a little bit of rust. Something about touching the material damaged your weapon a tiny bit. Not enough to be mechanical. But you do realize that.
Okay.
Zorok, you are brought back to having a discussion with John about these buildings and the fact that They just fucking grow back. They're like mushrooms. People destroy them with high-level magic, and then they just grow again. So eventually, something different tends to be done about it.
Okay. Well, from what John told me, and he should be here,
Speaking of,
these buildings kind of like grow back. So this place is going to be another what the fuck is that? So let's get going.
So as far as I can remember, they already told us that these kind of things, this kind of dungeon is alive. It's kind of a stomach space. So
indeed, the outside of the dungeon was covered in this blackened liquid containing creatures called dregs. So as you begin to take some tentative steps down, is the shovel's name a reference to TF2? I can't say. You may have to ask the dwarf himself. So, you take some tentative steps down, and you find the steps to be comfortable. They are made not ergonomically exactly, but clearly meant for high traffic use. All in all, it's a military building. And every so often, a door appears to your left. Now, I'll say this. Because you were able to see the path down, I'm just going to lay down the law. There are 5 doors. Behind each of them is a room where there are some possibilities and some rolls that both you and I can make. But I'll let you know some of these are battles. Now, every time you open a room, there is an opportunity for there to be a battle, which we won't do out all mechanically. We'll just roll attack checks. And if you were to fail the check, you will take damage in it. This is because you were able to defeat the Legionnaires so handily just before, and it would be kind of silly of me to force you all to fight a bunch of trash mobs over and over and over. This would allow you also to maybe roll on some treasure tables and obtain some funky items. So out of the 5 doors, how many do you want to open?
Let's open everything.
You guys want to open every door?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Maybe we open one. Just one.
Even if they keep going down, I will still open everything.
Well, as you reach the first sconce, the first room... Oh, this one is simple. I actually had it written down. Let me just roll the d10 to see if the modifier happens. That is a 3. You're safe. Okay, you open the room and find another room exactly like the one you entered with a bunch of Legionnaires. So instead of having the fight, we're just going to make some attack rolls. If you're able, if you guys want to fight it, you can also just close the door behind you, but then you may have a bunch of enemies behind you, which you haven't accounted for.
And if it's the same type of room, they have the same type of chest besides the letters, right?
Not necessarily. There might be other things. In fact, why don't you roll me a perception check with advantage? Since you're the ranger, we'll say you take a quick sneak peek inside.
That's 18.
Okay, you notice something strange in this room that was definitely not the case in the last one, which is that there is something other than Roman undead inside of it. There are what look to be the corpses of some goblinoids stacked in the back, and, well, maybe they've got some loot and some other stuff. But it looks like they were murdered by the undead. So, because we're currently on a pause, the next action that you take is not to stealthily close the door and move away, I'm going to give the skeletons a perception check, and we may have a battle start. So, choose your actions wisely, gentlemen.
So I say we go in. What do you guys think?
So instead of doing a whole battle, we are quite simply going to bring this down to a number of attack rolls. Everybody please roll a 1d20 attack. If you can use a spell, please declare the spell that you're going to use or any other modifier, and then roll and give me damage. Depending on the results, I will adjudicate whether you get attacked back. It's just a simpler way than doing trash mob combat, which... It's not everybody's favorite, but I'll still play the battle music if you so prefer, if you so enjoy. Let's just
All right, I rolled a 13.
okay.
Can I count the
13
extra
hits.
attack as well?
Come again? Yes, you can do an extra attack. A 13 is
All
a
right,
hit.
I can attack twice. Forgot, or at least I
Do
didn't
so
know
as well.
Second one is a 17.
Okay, 17. So those are both hits. Roll me some damage.
First,
Hey, Battle Beast.
that's
Relax.
first one is a 9. Second is a 10.
Perfect. 19 healthy points of damage. After that, the wizard. What'll you do, sir?
That's 20, not a natural 20. 12 plus 8 with a
A
fire.
dirty 20. My favorite kind of
Dirty
20.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I won't say why. It's a sex thing. So,
And you get 15 beautiful points of damage.
all right, 15 points from Amadeus. Was that any particular spell?
Yeah, firebolt.
Firebolt. Excellent, excellent.
Bolt.
Just
with
a moment,
T.
let me grab my puppy, who is currently having an episode due to remember the every other fucking day in November. Thank you, V for Vendetta. Hello, my puppy.
So I got 23 in one in the first attack and a 12 in the second one.
Just to be clear, whoever says the nicest thing about my puppy, every session gets heroic inspiration for free. What was I saying? Yes, you were able to hit. With that 23, you absolutely hit. How much damage
with the
did you
12?
make in the end?
That's a total of 11, 13 with the Dreadful Strike included.
Okay.
So there is 2 points of psychic damage linking there. I don't know if that matters for this.
Oh, damn. Actually, no. Let's say, Morgan, you do notice something as when you hit these enemies, it's almost as if your hits... How do I put this? I don't know. You're just hitting a little bit harder. You've just got a little bit of extra oomph to them. You wonder what that's about. All right, Sully, I'm going to let you know. If you're able to do 7 points of damage, then you completely destroy this room and nobody takes any damage. You guys completely clear this shit like a bunch of magical SWAT members. It's all on you, buddy.
17.
Bah, so that 17 is a hit. Okay, now roll for damage.
Okay. 7.
God damn. Okay, so in moments, you guys break into the room. Everybody's wearing SWAT vests. You don't know why, but you've got like tack beats. You go left, right, blast a fire. A bunch of skeletons are now soup on the floor. You are left in a room, much like the very first one that you entered. Wait, hang on. So, Daddy's trying to do an adventure where he tortures his friends with his very, very substandard fantasy writing skills. So, you're left in a room with a bunch of dead Roman skeletons, much like the ones from before. But there's also the corpses of the goblinoids. You see that it is a small gang of, well, for lack of a better term, goblins. I'm not trying to be racist here. That's just what they're called in whatever multiverse they're from. Although these ones have slightly furrier ears than others. You see that their weapons are very basic, but you do find among their gear a small pouch containing actually a fairly hefty amount of gold. You find a gold pouch containing 2,000 GP. They're coins from a different universe. They've got the face of a man with a very long nose that actually retracts a little. But other than that, 2,000 gold points. just
Do I
straight up.
recognize that man?
However, I will say the signs of violence are all around the room. It's as if all of a sudden the kobolds or goblins got completely surprised by a group of undead skeletons in their bedroom. And then the Romans took over. Now, before I shut up and let you guys choose the next thing to do, you see something at the end of the room that looks a little bit like a beer tap, but there is a stone chalice underneath it. Chalice is pretty deep. It's not very big, but it is quite deep. Just a moment. It's just protruding out of the wall. A beer tap made out of stone.
I will let you guys to think about that chalice. I will just keep counting the gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand
Okay.
watch by the door. I know myself.
You don't hear anything particularly strange. So I assume you guys move on to the next door if you're being dragged along by your friend the Dragonborn. Is anybody
So no one
complaining?
took the chalice? No one took the chalice?
I mean, I haven't drank some beer in a long time, so I
So
crave
do you pull the thing?
a little.
Oh, as you pull
that
it,
beer.
you see that what comes out is actually a bunch of mist. It's as if you were supposed to be drinking just the foam from the beer. But, after letting it go for a little bit, you see that most of it dissipates, but a certain amount remains at the bottom of the chalice.
Solely
It,
don't drink that.
Go.
I try to smell it.
Go.
This is-
You don't smell much of anything.
Hmm.
Doesn't smell like much of anything, if we're being honest with each other. Or does it? No, it doesn't. It's just the mist.
I leave it, and I
You
say,
leave it behind.
I don't like beer. Let's
Oh.
go.
You don't like beer?
Like
Light beer.
Oh, he doesn't like light beer. I mean, that's pretty fair. If anybody would be against a good old, light dwarven ale, it anyways. So you head on to the next room. Let me roll a d10. Oh, there's just something very fun about this dungeon that I'm
Okay.
hoping it rolls a 1. Okay, no. That's a 10.
Who
You
gets
guys
the
are
gold?
absolutely...
Who
Sorry,
picks
sir?
up the gold? Who picks up the gold?
Oh, yeah. Who picks up the gold, gentlemen?
I pick up the gold.
All right. Well, you've
I
got
look
a
at him and I
leather
said,
sack.
let me carry it, brother.
You're not touching my gold, old man.
Don't you talk to me like that again, brother. I'm gonna say this just once.
I'm not going to give you the gold.
Oh, for Christ.
I cast minor illusion, so he thinks he has the gold. Improved minor illusion, so he thinks he has the gold when I grab it.
That's a
Oh,
saving throw with what?
So I call that a wisdom saving throw against against the wizard's his spell save DC. What's your spell save DC, Amadeus?
mientras se pelean voy y me tomo la cerveza que está ahí.
It's 8 plus it's 8 or 10 plus the proficiency modifier plus the intelligence, right?
It'll be an 8.
8?
It's normally an 8.
8 plus 3, that's 11 plus 5, that's a 16.
A 16. Okay.
A 16 wisdom saving throw.
And that's a 17 total.
Man, you almost don't catch it. In fact, I'm going to say something. With only a 1 in difference, I'll give you a choice. Do you want to stop him from taking the gold, or do you want to let him think he got away with it and take note?
Since I'm proficient with deception, I will make it think that he took the pot with the right goal.
Man, I wish I could play some JoJo music right now, because this is one of those moments. Yes, you may roll to counter swap.
An illusion? My illusion? He's gonna
Listen,
make me
man.
believe I'm grabbing my illusion? Really?
Listen, here's the thing. You had a pretty good roll, but something has happened to Murakami ever since he came into this dark place. In fact, you can just see the mist moving around him differently than from you guys. I'll let you do a roll on that later, maybe. So Murakami, roll.
It's a natural 20.
Listen, I'm not going to explain how it happens because I'm not able to roll like that. Here's the dark secret of Cronin, Sorcerer and Wizard. It's Sorcerer first, Wizard second. I know the mechanics way less, so I don't know how it happens, but somehow you Ocean's 11 the gold out of the illusion, and somehow the wizard ends up with illusionary coins in his hand at the end of it. Now, because this was all so crazy, if it was anything but a natural 20, I would have allowed the other two characters to roll, but this moment goes a little under the table.
All right, I look at them and say, "Are you ladies done? Can we please move on?"
Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
All right,
Let
gentlemen.
the old man keep the gold.
Let's go.
So you head on. For the next rooms, please, everybody roll one attack check, since there are... If you're going to open them all... Are you going to open them all?
I would prefer not to. Like, honestly, we're here to try to find John and find a dragon to kill. And wasting time is not a particularly wise idea. Like, I'm all for a good let's fuck around and find out, but not right now. Please.
You do feel a certain sense of urgency, as you never know when the war god is going to get closer and bring everybody's fiery demise.
Anyways, the old man will keep all the gold, so let's fucking go. Let's try to find the cat boy.
All right, gentlemen. So as you go down, let me just make a quick roll here. Now, does anybody have a passive perception above 15?
I do.
Oh. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. You guys make your way down, grumbling to each other. And as the light of day gets further away, you eventually notice something, Murakami. You're the first one to notice. You are leaving prints in the stone as if it's dusty. But it doesn't make any sense because the air is impregnated with water. The further down you go, the colder and wetter it gets. It doesn't feel like a dungeon. It feels fresh, almost like rainwater around you. There's something strange here. You get to the door and open it. The one at the bottom. This one, instead of being a side wall, is right in front of you. And it reveals a square room. Let us go now to our battle map. And part away the mists in most dramatic fashion. You like my cloud effects? They're custom.
No, but you may continue.
Oh, all right. Fuck me then. You guys arrive into a fucking room that I made on MapMaker very nicely for all of you.
No, the map's great. The sound sucks.
All right. Sure. So, you guys reach a square room. The stairs come to a complete stop. Okay. As you push inside, you find a room most strange. Scattered around the floor are a number of skulls, not all of them human. At the far end, there is a casket made out of polished obsidian with steel bands all around it. There is art on the walls, but it's difficult to see. What do you do, gentlemen?
Can I roll something? I don't know, maybe just flat wisdom to see what kind of room this is like. Because by the layout, this looks like a fucking grave, but I'm not sure.
Well, yes, you could
Also
roll
could be
you could roll a wisdom check perfectly.
Deposit some kind of.
I got a 15.
15 wisdom. Anybody else going to do something?
I'm just going to get a perception roll to see what I can see besides the obsidian stuff and the skulls and the carcass and that stuff.
Okay.
So I'm
Wisdom
looking-
perception.
I'm looking
Anything with
for
Amadeus?
Something
What?
like more
Will you
danger.
do anything in this new room, my friend?
No.
All right. Gentlemen, roll your dice. Give me the results, please.
I got a 15 on wisdom.
15 on
Yeah,
wisdom.
7 plus 8 is 15.
26.
26. Is that perception? Is that what?
I don't know. You told me to roll a dice. I rolled it.
Excellent. I like it. Listen, we'll say, wait. Roll a one. What are you gonna do, brother? Listen,
don't know.
26.
Amadeus
Yeah.
literally grabbed a die in the game, rolled it, and got a 26 as he yelled to the sky.
So Amadeus has a moment as some of his new synapses fire randomly, and he does like a. You roll a 26 inside of your own head and then do a Fortnite dance. Nobody knows what Fortnite is. With 15 wisdom and a 15 perception, you notice a number of things. So the room around you is littered with bodies holding skulls. And that's really fucking weird because the bodies themselves still have... They're decomposed and mummified, but you can see that their skin of their lips is sewed together. They then hold, each of them, one of these larger skulls, which seem to have been decorated in some kind of way. With wisdom and perception, you all notice, or rather you notice, that this is a sacrificial chamber. This is some kind of religious structure. You take a look at the art in the walls, and it shows some very strange figures. A large number of people sort of huddled together under a big palanquin, being the word here. And on top of the palanquin are a bunch of undead. A bunch of men with skulls for faces, with fire and wreathing them around it.
Do we see any sort of door or other way out?
Nothing in particular. You do notice something, though. The sound in the room, for lack of a better term, it's very good.
The acoustic.
It's a grim thing to say, but you think, fuck, I could play some good music here.
All right, so guys, this is where they bring people and kill them for fun in their own religious way. Can we go
So this is
somewhere
a
else?
torture chamber.
I mean, whether they torture them or not.
Is anything that looks valuable besides, I don't know, the obsidian is the bed, is the thing
I mean,
that is made from
yes.
obsidian is the bed, like the thing, right? So the altar type, like the altar like thing. So I'm not going.
Indeed.
That's not going to fit in my backpack. So
No, but as you take a look around the room, you notice that even though the dead people are very simply dressed, they've just got some rags, the larger skulls that they're holding do look more interesting. Looking at it, you could swear that they are meant they've been carved. They've had pieces of gold added to them. One of the more demonic looking ones has like a little golden tooth. You'd be able to get something out of it. As you take a look at one of the pieces, it comes away from the dead person's hand, and it's so weird, but you could swear that the lips on the mummy were touching the back of the skull like a trumpet.
So, Amadeus, do you have any insight into what to do here? If you're done dancing, that is.
I believe we should just walk into the next room.
Well, here's the thing. There is no opening. There's clearly something that you have to do here.
Okay, then I take. I told you, is this a torture chamber?
No, it's more like a sacrifice chamber. You're meant to kill something in a specific way, or maybe do some kind of ritual action. I know you rolled a wonderful, beautiful, thick, fat, genius 26, but with everything that's been said and done, how about you roll a 1d20 investigation? See if you can put the facts together.
Does a natural 20 work for you?
Yes, it works. It makes me feel some kind of way. Some way that game masters are ambivalent about. But here's what happens. Listen, your fucking new lightened brain starts up. After you finish doing a perfect gritty, it's like you come into position, everything aligns, and you're able to see, oh my god, the walls, the fucking dead men, society controlling the living people. It's like, oh my god, the undead are enslaving the living. And it's like you take a look and, oh my god, of course, if you're a shitty undead without skin, you can't talk. So then you look at the corpses of the people with their lips sewn shut and you go, oh, it's a music puzzle. We have to blow the skulls like trumpets. That was it. You just get it and it stops being funny. That's what opens the door.
Okay.
So I grab a scroll.
I look at them and I say, okay, the way to do this, I need you, each and every one of you, to blow on the skulls while I prepare the spell to open the door.
I grab a scroll and start playing the Song of Time. Again, okay.
All right, so I'm going to need a performance check for whomever decides to be the dread trumpetist.
Again,
I also will take. There is only one trumpet?
There are 3 skulls on the ground. So one is a regular, normal human size. The other one is the demonic sort of looking one. The third one looks a little bit like the head of a dog, which is pretty creepy on its own. If you get into it.
Are there any kind of partitures or something that makes us look like what's the melody we have to play?
Yeah, as you look around the wall, you do see a certain partiture, but the truth is you can't fucking make it out because it's kind of weird. It seems as if it's meant to be a bunch of strangled sounds.
Okay.
Strangled sounds. That sounds like orcish.
Hey, that's racist.
Well, if
No, I'm a
doesn't-
half orc. I get to say that, bitch.
Oh, you're a light skin.
Yeah.
He have the OR pass. The O pass.
Opus.
All right, by Malakath. Go on then.
Yeah, well, I took the
So 3 skulls.
demonic
If
one.
one of you has to blow in one skull while I do the spell.
What spell?
Okay.
They don't know that, and I'm just saying because I don't want to blow in that ugly, filthy thing.
Okay, sounds fair to me. So
Okay.
unless everybody's got a different idea, I'm going to need a performance roll from Murkan, Zorok, and Sully.
Okay.
That's a 15 for me.
That's a 2
The
for me.
demonic skull.
Okay,
I got a
so-
7.
Okay, so you guys play something that sounds a little bit like strangling a cat through a tuba. It does not sound good at all, but probably what mattered was the magical activation of the 3 devices, because the 3 skulls glow briefly and the casket recedes into the ground with a sound of stone grinding on stone, and with that, the next section of the dungeon is opened. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break before we go on to the next bit. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. The next bit might have deadly combat. So if I was you, I would get all of your equipment ready. So for everybody who is watching, take a brief break, have a cigarette. We will be back here again in exactly 10 minutes. Love you all. Cronin Moon. Just a little temporary oopsie. Very well. Ay, 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 we are back. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the break. I certainly enjoyed mine. Now, oh, do we know what was of Sully? We have lost him. It's a little bit like those Harry Potter paintings where, with the background of the Arepas there. For those who don't know, the ORO setting is strongly inspired by our country of origin in sometimes obvious, sometimes less so ways. Therefore, the Arepa is always relevant to the story. Now,
What YouTube screen?
oh no, sorry, the background screen that Sully has on his
No. Look at the chat.
fix the YouTube screen? What YouTube screen?
That's exactly what I asked.
Do you mean specifically the Zoom screen? Let's see. Oh, it should already have changed. It should already be back to ours, the 5 people scene that I've got here. That's strange. Let's give that another click change. That should be it. It should currently be in place. We're not using studio mode, so I think you've just got a bit of delay there. Let me just open up the channel and check myself.
Yeah. So good now.
There we go. Excellent. So now for the middle of the show, let us drink from our Estus flask. What does it contain? America's tears. What did she cry in there? I don't know. Here's hoping it was her too. Woo! Sacred flask of the earth tree. All right. Let me just send a message over to our beloved dwarf, see what's been of him. And with that, we continue. So, gentlemen. The casket recedes into the wall, and the way opens up once again. The air is even wetter and colder beneath the darkened archway. You continue going down, and so gradually you don't even notice. At some point, the path has become straight. You've stopped descending. You are now going through a long hallway. The air around you is thick with water. You come to a fork in the road. One path goes left, another goes right. The darkness is oppressive.
I tell, okay, guys, wait for me here. I want to go back and check if the gate, if the casket thing closed back.
Well, you redouble your steps, and it's not that long ago. Or is it? Nah, it is not. I'm not going to fuck with you like that. You do retrace your steps, but I'm going to ask you to do a dexterity check to avoid spending too long doing this. It is a bit of a walk. But you do notice that the way continues to remain open.
Okay, I got an 18. 16
That's
plus
all
2.
right. It was
Alright.
just going to be a 12. But by the time
So-
you get back, you are soaked. You're soaked in water.
Okay, but that tells me that John is probably not in here. Because if he was, the gate would have already stayed open.
Well, from what you've seen, he has the ability to move with the shadows. Who's to say that a lock on a door or even the space between two walls of stone is to stop him? Not to harsh your vibe, just from what you've seen was kind of like teleportation, Shindy. So, gentlemen, left or right?
Say right.
Left.
Murakhan, you're mute.
Is there any
A la
particular
izquierda
mark
nunca.
on the pub?
Es verdad,
Please
es verdad.
repeat.
Right.
Is there any
Please repeat.
particular marks on the path, on the way, on the corridor, on each direction?
I am not certain what is happening, but maybe that is a benefit of my headphones. So, with your 19 base perception, you notice one thing. On one side, which, if I got this correct, let me just read my notes, make sure I'm not lying to you. On the path that goes to the right, you see something strange, which is that the dust suddenly ends. It actually makes the hallways look completely different because one is just a darker shade of gray than the other. It's towards the left one, from your perspective, it's as if something has cleaned all of the hallway. The bare walls of stone are completely dustless. The sound that you hear is not SFX, it is just my little dog. Who is
So
every
the
bit
left
as
one is
magical in the
clean,
world of the game
right
as it is
one
IRL.
is dusty still.
Come again?
The left one is clean and the right one is dusty.
That's correct.
Wait, didn't you say the right one was clean?
Nope. Left clean,
Look at your notes again, because I'm pretty sure you said right.
buddy. Listen, Murakhan got it correct. Left clean, right dirty.
It's the first
Just
time
like
I saw
politics, okay?
that.
This is not about politics. That's not the message that I'm trying to cast here. Because politics in your world are a whole lot shittier than in mine. Where I come from, when you hate a politician, you throw a fireball at him. And if he doesn't have... Anyways.
We
Argenta.
may have some use for you besides the dreaming we're working right now, but that's for another topic. I cannot describe that to the guys. Kind of, this seems like someone already passed here, and this one looks like they were.
So, okay, so what I want to do is I want to walk up to where the dust ends and, I don't know, touch the wall or the floor to see if something happens.
Well. So here's the thing, right? To you, nothing. You just get the feeling that the air is thick. As your hand goes over where the dust ends, you just have this feeling of resistance. No harm comes to you, however.
That's weird. Air here seems heavy, like there's pressure. Hey, Amadeus, is this some magic bullshit going on here?
I do my dance again and do an Arcana check while I'm dancing.
Well, here's the thing. The moment you brush over the space in order to do a sense, I'm not going to give you damage to be a dick here. But you notice something strange, which is, it's not that the space is clean. It's that there is a gelatinous cube occupying the entirety of the hallway. And on that, I'm going to give you all advantage on a DC 15 dexterity check as the completely clear gelatinous cube moves at its speed of 15 feet in order to trap you guys the moment you touch it. Everybody, roll dexterity. Hey, little puppy, what's the matter with you? Are you crying back there? Come here. Let's torture my friends.
16 plus 2.
What's the DC?
15.
Holy shit, by 1.
Okay, by 1.
I got a 16. I mean.
16.
Okay, you got a 16 as well. Sully, dexterity saving throw. You do this one with it. I mean, you would have double advantage because you have danger sense as a barbarian. But
also, Mike, you're mute.
Yeah.
Oh, it's with
14 with advantage. 18.
okay, so everybody manages to move and avoid the damage. You guys notice the weirdest thing. A completely clear gelatinous cube, like the royal jello from hell. A perfect block of it completely moves into the space you are both occupying. You are now looking at a perfectly clear cube. Now, were any of Amadeus, you were an adventurer before. You've seen slimes, you've seen gelatinous cubes, you've never seen one that is like this perfectly glass crystal clear. Being only one monster, I'm not going to start an initiative count for this, but I'll tell you this, everybody gets to do something before it acts again. And it occupies the entirety of the room. Every time that everybody does something, it will move to try to engulf you guys, forcing you back up the way you came.
Okay. Question. We were in a two hallways, right?
Yep.
Are we in the beginning of the 2 hallways? Where are we right now exactly?
So what's happened is, by dodging back, you've now gone back, call it a square, a standard unit, into the path you came from. You haven't gone down the other side of the Y.
I just got a stupid thought.
How stupid?
That's what we're here for.
I want to put the nuke frog inside it and run.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The wizard is pleased by this. In fact,
Right? No.
Let's fucking do it.
That's better than vomiting acid to the cube.
so you have to tell Sully to do it. How do you guys do this?
I have one. I have another,
have one.
a different. Yes.
My God, you guys are farming those nuke toads, aren't you?
Oh shit!
So will you put one or
Hell
both
yeah.
of them?
No. New one,
I
new
think
one.
1 is enough. If that ship does not contain the explosion enough, we're still gonna die.
Okay, so let me act out the whole thing. So I'm looking at the blob. Oh shit. Oh, idea. I grab the bag of holding that has teeth, grab the nuke, I shove it inside, and the music, you know the song of Run? I turn it to everybody and run. No.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to allow everybody to make some kind of athleticism roll. You can use the athletic skill if you have it, or you can use either a dexterity or a strength check. The difficulty for this is going to be a 14 to avoid all damage. If you fail by more than 5, you will take half the damage of the explosion. Do not roll a 1.
Well,
If
I only have a leg. I have one leg.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but you are a
But
barbarian.
I
You
do-
roll this kind of shit with advantage, so you'll be okay.
I have 8 in athletics, so
Okay.
that's
can I use Misty Step to
21.
go away?
Wait,
Well, I don't
Okay,
have
so the first thing that happens
moves
is that the
to-
dwarf completely, like, goes away and leaves a little cloud of dust behind him. Like, Sully didn't even wait. Like, he may be self-sacrificial, but he's not stupid. Muraka, you can absolutely blink away and save the check if you want to spend a spell slot to do that. What did the others do?
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Now I'm gonna take the check, but I'm gonna run and hide behind the like on the edge of the other hallway. Like, oh shit! Just to see the fire go this way.
Okay, and Zurok, what did you get?
Let me roll.
That's
Oh
nice.
shit!
It's
It's,
a
2
19
plus 4.
for me.
It's a what?
19,
2 plus
15
4.
plus 4.
Okay.
That's what
So
happens
here's what
when
happens.
kids try to prank someone and do it
1,
so
2,
badly.
3, 4. Scatter. Everybody goes on a different direction. So Sully is the first one to get away. Smart of him. He leaves a cloud of dust. Murakan quite simply fucking zips away. Amadeus goes off and takes a privileged position. And unfortunately, Zorok gets completely caught. You are stuck inside of the gelatinous cube and you are looking at the frog as it slowly moves like upside down in the gel, and you see as it is being eaten live, it goes ribbit, look, and then goes all over the fucking place. You are spattered with acid and oh wait, you are immune to it. So
Exactly.
what everybody else sees and feels is a wave of what is it? When you clean your skin, exfoliating juice move with explosive power all over the place. And at the end, you look over and there's Zorok standing exactly as he was before, except looking very clean, like he just had the best shower of his life. Strangely, not his gear is not completely destroyed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out somehow.
So that's how you kill one of those.
I mean, it's one way to do it. It's one way to do it, and thank God you actually put the frog inside of gel, because in that enclosed space, that explosion would have fucking nuked everybody. It wouldn't be good.
I get close to Zurok and clean something I had on my face and tell him, hey, please don't do that again.
I don't have another, so
He was
don't worry.
the first one running so fast that no one else perceived he wasn't there.
When I
One-legged dwarf. I've never seen
when I ran,
fast in my
I had
life.
some water leave my eyes with my precious hair. When
Oh my!
I was
Listen,
crying.
this if there's something to be said about the jelly of a gelatinous cube, is that it will make your skin look radiant. Like, that shit is amazing
Shit.
So you're
for
white
a
now.
minute. So
So I
You're
turned
now
to
a
everyone.
Prairie Orc.
I turned to everyone and say, "I'm sorry, I panicked. Next time, if I have a stupid idea, please stop me."
I won't.
I look at him and I say, I think it was a great idea, and keep walking.
okay, so which path are you going to go down now that the guardian gelatinous cube of death has been destroyed?
You can remove the echo from your voice, please. Sounds weird.
Fuck you.
No.
So, which path are you guys going to go down, left or right?
So if someone was
No.
guarding right, there should be something going right. Right?
Right.
Makes
Right.
sense to me. So,
Right.
you
A la
guys
izquierda
head
no.
on down the way. As you... Did I fucking do this backwards? I may have done this backwards. Hang on.
Let me remove the nuke toad from my inventory.
Thank you kindly. And so the mists are parted. As the game master, as you know, the fucking wizard makes the wind go away. Oh, terrible. So you guys came down here and then took the right. This line should have connected down. Anyways. And if I was you, I would grab your tokens and put them down here as you guys reach a new room, and inside of it find a whole bunch of evil motherfuckers.
A moment.
I don't know which one I am.
So you have the legend a little bit out and to the left.
Am I the green
And I
one?
just will control this with pen and paper to make everything a little bit easier.
Can I
On
use
everybody.
my
I cannot-
nuke
I
toad?
can't edit the PDF again. It won't let me.
Can I throw my nuke toad from the door and close it?
Am I this green one? I can't remember really. Yeah.
I
for
think
the
so.
mage? No. Yeah.
So you guys can assume that you can put yourselves on any of the squares in this range immediately next to the door. The door being this metal structure over here. And as for initiative, I will let you guys either... You can roll if you want, or to simplify, you can simply choose which order you guys go in. So I'm going to let you... I will propose the following thing. There is a alternative type of initiative order that I think would be very good for this game, and I would like for us to try it out. It's called side initiative. Essentially, one team goes first, the other team goes second. That means you guys can coordinate your abilities in a lot of flashy ways, but it also means the enemies will have much more combined skills. So I put it up to a vote. Would you like to try to do this battle in combined, in normal initiative or on side initiative?
Can someone send me my where do I get my fucking token from? The previous one?
room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just make a copy of it. Oh, I'll be right back. Sorry. You know how it is. Sometimes my bladder decides to betray me. I'm just going to pee very quick and return. What?
So are we going with the combining thing?
Combine is the best because we can power game this shit. But I'm looking for my déjame ver si consigo cuáles son, no me acuerdo cuáles, o sea, estoy checando los hechizos cuáles que son los de AOS.
Hang on.
Para yo primero suavizarlos y después los rematen ustedes.
Okay.
I can't fucking edit the PDF.
Yo también tengo un AOE que sería el Breath Weapon, pero no debe ser tan grande como lo que puedas castear tú. Entonces, es 15 en un cono. 1, 2, 3. 60 en la línea.
By the way, nobody tells you this in Wizard Academy, but pissing with a cape is fucking difficult. Especially if you have a hygiene standard. So, you're going to be doing side initiative. All right. So, at the very least, choose which order, or rather, time to describe this bitch. You guys open the doors at the bottom of the hallway and find a room very different from the ones you've seen before. In here are the undead legionnaires you've been fighting before. But now there is something different. Immediate to the eye, without the need of any roll, they look a lot more awake. Their armor polished, their weapons shining. There's a large number of them arrayed around the room, and in the center, in the middle of what seems to be a magical circle, some kind of ritual, there is a motherfucker with the distinct look of a wizard and a side-to-side red crest on top of his helmet. That one looks at you, and though he doesn't have eyes, he is a skeleton, much like the others. You could swear this one isn't dumb at all. It does seem to have its hands full doing something magical to the ceiling. It moves one hand away from whatever it is that it's casting on the ceiling and issues a command in a language that sounds like sibilant whispers. And with that, the battle is joined. The different soldiers around the battle map move. I'm just going to show a simple view of this over to the stream. Here's what's going to happen, gentlemen. All of the Legionnaires are going to make as much of a protective line around the Warcaster at the center as they can. You see that the soldiers fan out, but leave a critical open line in the middle. Out of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going to attack you with pillums. The ones in the back row, you see that they pull out some of the weapons in the thingy at their back. So I am going to make 5 ranged attacks. Let me just roll them real quick. First one is a 3. Fuck it. The other one's a 6. That one was caught. That is an 8. Bro. Are you kidding me? Okay, the highest roll here was a 13. Does anybody have an AC below 13?
I do not, thankfully.
You, Sully?
12.
Holy shit, you do. Well, yeah, you get hit. Just to be a dick. I have to do some damage to you sometime, man. So that is a.
Yeah, otherwise he would do it to himself.
That is 4 points of damage as you come in and you have a peg leg. You walk into the room and immediately a spear goes into your healthy leg, and it's like it's the guard from Skyrim.
God damn it! My God! So I start raging.
You start raging. Okay, you pop your rage. With that, let me just make sure that I have my stats right here so I can do things. Okay. All right, fellas. So yes, the Roman soldiers are not going to move for the moment, but you do see that they are tightening their formation. That might change. It is now the party's turn. What will you do?
I look at them. I'll soften them for you. And I cast right here. Okay, to get the most of them in a 20 foot radius. 20 foot radius at 20 each side. That's a lot.
Damn,
20 foot.
that is a pretty big radius. So if each one of these very small individual squares represent 5 feet, a medium creature, 20 radius would mean 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's, if you were to throw it down here in the center, that will hit 1, 2, 3. It will hit everybody down to here. It'll hit all of these guys. So I'm not sure if I'm showing you correctly.
Do I get to hit the one in the middle too?
So that's the thing. What is your roll again? Did you say it was a fireball?
No, it's an erupting earth. It's not a direct damage. It's an area. It's an area damage. So if he has a counter, fuck it. It's not direct to him.
Oh shit! Yeah, and
Do you
because
want me
it
to
isn't
draw,
a projectile, the magical testudo doesn't work. So what do I have to roll? What do I get? Is it just declaration of fucking damage?
Each creature must take a dexterity saving throw and they take 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Additionally,
Okay.
the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Oh shit! All right, so let me just do. That's going to be a 9 for the Legionnaire, so they're going to take full damage. And now here we go for the. That is a 19 on the dice, so he's going to take half damage.
Yeah.
All right,
but
so
I'm
roll
sorry,
me the
but you
damage
didn't
for
let
the
me-
Legionnaires.
Oh wait, but hold on, but you didn't let me finish. I'm gonna also use twin spell because I'm gonna cast the same shit on the other to get these other motherfuckers right here.
Oh shit! You're gonna cast Twin Spell.
Yes, sir.
What spell are you going to cast?
The same one. It's the same one twice. It's what was it?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's the Entangle Earth again.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Damn, son. You got some powers to you. Let me just roll again.
Okay, so
That's
it's
an 18
three.
on the dice for the top group. So roll me the damage twice and I'll assign and I'll tell you how it goes.
Okay. Oh shit. 11 plus 10. That's 21 plus an 8. That's 29 points of damage.
Nah, are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
It is this the size that should have the spell?
You've gotta. It's just you have to be fucking kidding me. Like, even if they resist, they die.
So this revival thing comes with luck. Eternal
Okay,
luck.
so here's the thing: the Warcaster in the middle, he is a lot more durable, and he has spell slots to either. He can do a number of things here. I didn't want to start a battle by being such a fucking dick, but counterspell. At what level are you launching your shit? Because he's throwing a level 4 counterspell at you.
It's 11-3.
Right. So
How is he gonna? But why is he countering if it's an area spell?
because counterspell affects any kind of spell cast, so he can quite simply, by reaction, pop down a spell. So he's throwing it at a higher level. If I got my rules correctly, that means he doesn't have to roll against it, but he can only affect one of the 2 spells you launched. Because even though it's a twin spell, it does count as 2 different casts. He can only affect one. So which group of enemies do you want to kill, upper or lower?
The one with the most number of enemies.
Ooh,
The lower
baby.
one.
So
3, 6,
you
8.
so you tell me what happens with your magic, and then tell me who jumps. The next person tell me what are you going to do. What are you going to do when you see all of this?
Can I
You see the
go
lights show.
next?
Yes, you can go next perfectly.
Which weapon was the one that got stuck to my leg?
Oh,
That
a
was a
pilum.
spear?
It's a kind of short javelin. It's heavy
Like
at
a
the
spear?
end, and it's meant to break easily so that it can annoy you.
But can I use it with my feet polearm master?
I mean, I think Sasha's better as a pole arm, but I'll allow you to use it if you want to use, like, get it, take it
I
out
have
of your
2
flesh and
weapons.
throw it back. It's a thrown weapon. Essentially, it's a javelin.
Because with polearm master, I have a bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon. So
Yeah, but you can
it
do
count?
that with your shovel, though.
Can I first stick the thing out?
Yeah, but roll me a Constitution check, difficulty 12, to do it and see if you're tough enough to go and keep the blood
Okay.
inside.
4.
Well,
Good
unfortunately, you do squirt out a 1d4 of damage as you take it out. Let me just roll it here. Hey,
Okay.
that is a 2. 2 points of damage. But other than that,
How-
hey, you're fine.
How does the life-giving force works?
So, on the start of your turn, you gain 4 temporary points of HP, which means that these 2 health points that you've just lost are nothing. In fact, you find that you basically regenerated. And the second thing is that you can choose someone to target with the other points of HP, the 7. You can give them to an ally, or you can give them to yourself.
Myself. Yeah.
Okay, so that gets rid of the previous 4, but it means that you are now at 7, plus 7 temporary HP. You guys
Okay.
see that something operates in Sully, and it's just like he... as he finds a good battle. There's just something about the spells flying that brings you back. What are you gonna do with your fresh rage?
So with the other half of the ads, the mobs that the Amadeus tried to kill, I go running and
You
and
charge.
I charge and use my both attacks with the bonus action with the front and the back of my weapon.
All right, roll to hit. You've got a good number of enemies in front of you. It's more about how hard you can hit, not whether you can find one. So, roll to attack.
Okay. With strength.
Yes, sir. It's an attack roll. With your weapon.
What do you mean? With I have to add the weapon bonus.
Yes, so you would be attacking with Sasha, essentially. The way it looks on your sheet with a +6, I think?
5.
It's your strength bonus plus your proficiency modifier.
I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go get some water.
Go for it. Yes,
Okay, proficiency modifier of strength, right?
Yeah, but it's already added.
it's already been added.
Okay, that's 16.
With a 16, you're able to hit. Roll for damage against one of these legionnaires. The skeletons are all huddled together in a formation, putting their shields out against you.
Okay, no. 4. That's 8.
8 points of damage doesn't quite do it. You hit one of the skeletons, boom, and you are able to lop off its sword arm, but it remains alive and inside the formation, using its shield to protect its comrades. It was a mighty hit, though. They are looking severely weakened, but you notice that the discrepancy in power between the caster and you guys has changed ever since he got his new body. It's kind of ridiculous. With that, we've got Murakan and Surok. What will you do, gentlemen?
Can I go next?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
How many people can I hit at once with a black lance?
Well, shit, depends. Do you have cleave? Do you have horde breaker or something that applies against groups?
No.
I'll rule that if you succeed on an attack roll by more than 5, you'll be able to hit up to 3 enemies in a cone in front of you. Call it a long sweep.
Okay. So specify which of the enemies which are already gone by Amadeus' spell.
Everything inside the square, I believe so.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, essentially Sully went against this guy here on the edge just to clean it, which means that it's everybody who is outside of this circle, of this square, of this oblong, of this noble 4-pointed shape is alive. So everybody here is alive, everybody in here is fucking dead. They're gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, man, I don't have enough movement to.
Well, you could use your second wind, or rather, you could use your what's it called?
Action surge?
Action surge in order to close the distance. It'll allow you to use all of your attacks if you're able to. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Remember that now you even gain temporal HP when you charge and get a bonus of movement, I believe.
Also, these are corpses now. Even though it's difficult to rain, you could also, within that same move, get to the caster at the center if you wish to attack the big guy first.
Yeah, might as well. So
All right,
I get here, and I'm gonna swing with everything I fucking have. I come to in front, I stand in front of it, and I just go.
Okay,
Because I'm using a fucking the fucking black lance. That shit is heavy as fuck, and I have to roll with its advantage already.
Yeah, and also, if you've used your action surge, this is you suddenly moving. This is you doing an absolute hell sprint and going for the fucking kill right away. So I'll tell you this: you come up to the commander, and he is clearly doing some magic to the ceiling. As you get closer, you see that it's dripping water. But other than that, he doesn't have much time to react as you bear down on him. So roll to attack, however many times you're going to attack.
Okay, so it's going to be... Well, if it's my action search, do I get to attack all 4 times?
I'll say yes.
Okay, so let's do it one by one. Because,
Okay.
So
I'm
first
telling you though,
attack.
he's tough, so go for it.
Okay, it's a 13 plus 7, so that's a 20.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Okay.
1d20 plus 4 on damage.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, go for it while I get something more to write with, because I apparently broke my pen.
That's 6 plus 4, 10.
And
Second attack. Highest is a 17 plus 7. Of course it hits.
All right, you guys leveled up indeed.
Okay.
It makes a difference.
Damage is 1, so it's 5.
Why are all of
Third
the
attack.
it's 15 already.
Okay. The highest is a 19, and I have improved crit, so that is a fucking critical.
What is the total on that? If you were to add the numbers, just to be certain.
What do you mean?
Just if you add your bonuses, what is the total number there at the end?
19 plus 7 is a 26 to the attack.
Motherfucker, I was going to... the commander uses parry, it adds +4 to its AC, and it doesn't meet it. This motherfucker has 20 AC. This is statistically unlikely, even with all of your attacks, you bastard.
Alright, so third attack. It's 2
Fine.
d20s because it's critical.
Of course.
It's a 7 plus 12. That's a
19.
19 plus 4.
That's 23.
23. So that's a
And already-
total. So 23 plus 5 is 28 plus. I forgot how
Where-
much I. How much damage did I do in the first one?
It's a total of 38.
10, wasn't it?
Yeah.
10.
Thank you, Lendakari. Thank you for having been here. We'll probably finish relatively shortly. It depends on how we get through this combat in the next couple of sequences. But thank you for having been here. Thank you for your participation. We love you.
Thank you, man. So I've done like 30 points of damage so far.
Carry 8.
Motherfucker.
38 point.
And you have a fourth
Last
attack?
swing. Yes. It's just 1d20, not 2, because it's... No, wait. What? No, I'm rolling for attack again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got confused. Highest is a 17. I hit again. Damage, 1d20. God damn it.
Half orcs, man.
God damn it. 17 plus 4.
Is that the damage?
Yeah.
So that's at 21.
So does this
We're
guy have
looking at
resistances? Any legendaries? Oh, fuck. No. Anyway, so that's what, like 54 points of damage?
59.
59.
And he was affected by the spell that Amadeus cast. He just dispelled
So
one.
he took half
of the
damage.
spells.
How much damage was it from your spell, Amadeus?
It was 20 something, right?
29, wasn't it? So it's
Amadeus,
going to
you're
shake out
mute.
to like a 16.
It was a 29, so yeah, he gets 14 because you rounded down.
You round down. Yeah, it's 14. So he's 50.
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. This is scaring the fuck out of me because the Roman commander, he doesn't have eyes to widen in the sockets of his skull face, but you have brought him down to less than half health in a turn.
So he may be a stone as well.
You see that he looks at you, Suruk, and he says, in a language you do not know but somehow comprehend, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And with that, it is Murakan's turn. Dude, you just saw the orc go ham.
Yeah,
There have been
I'm
fireworks.
thinking hard because I can go and melt the rest of the skulls that we have on the upper side, or I can just blink right besides the. Huh?
Go for the big one. I'll take care of
The big one.
I'll take care of this small.
Okay, then I'll go for the big one.
Okay, you
Now-
can blink there. Move yourself if you are
Now-
behind him.
I
I
will
don't think you guys have
blink.
the feet for this, but because it's very fucking cool, I'll give you pack tactics. Take free advantage on one of your attacks if you're going to make more than one.
3, 4, 5, 6. So, Misty Step is a bonus action. I move a little bit. I will do it dramatically. I started to run with my axes at hand, and suddenly
Okay.
I appear beside him.
Point of note, I'm wielding a black lance that is like twice my size.
Oh yeah.
If you guys watched Samurai X, you remember Sanosuke.
Yeah.
One like that
You're-
made of
you're-
obsidian.
You're using a fucking sandbata. Okay.
It's been
Some bugs.
recently fixed. So the enemies in this dungeon are not. They're like folding like wheat. It's like something unlocked as you guys began to find your groove as a party. Wink, wink. And you're fucking going through them like wheat. Morkan, what are you going? So you start running and then in a flash,
Yeah.
he's there and then the steam around you congeals where he should have been in like a thunderclap, and then he appears somewhere else, right next to the Roman commander.
Yeah. I cannot use 2 bonus action in one turn, right? Yeah. I can.
Unfortunately, no.
But I will just hit him with both hand axes.
Okay,
Both
go for a
are
couple
light
of
weapons.
melee strikes. Remember that you have advantage on one of them.
Okay. Then first the Vicious Hand X. And let's try to get a critical hit.
If you hit a crit,
No, it is 11 plus 5 is 16.
shit, the first blow that doesn't hit him, the first axe hit rebounds off of the thick armor around his shoulders.
Okay, now I go just wait, let me just check something really quick because I believe that Dreadful Strike doesn't care if I hit or not. Oh, is this is not Ranger, sorry. I'm so sorry. Here. Yeah, no, it's when I hit a crit. Okay. And the second, this is the extra attack, will be an 18 plus 5 is 23.
That does hit. Roll for
Okay.
damage.
And this will be one d6 plus 2 plus 1d4 from that dreadful attack.
Go for it.
So it's a fucking 2. It's 4. Yeah, that sucks.
Not enough to make the kill quite this turn, but it is added.
3 is 7 in total.
7 in total, 70
Yeah.
points of damage. With that, we are now back to the enemy's turn. Sorry, I thought I had a specific song queued up for that. So here's what is going to happen, gentlemen. The first thing is that the Warcaster is going to launch a buff. This is called Undead. Sorry, this is Aura of Command. He is going to essentially turn it on, and all of the skeletons that are still alive get this glow inside of their eyes. They get some extra temporary HP. Then the phalanx is going to move. So the guys that are all here on this side are going to drop their spears, and they are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, just outside of range. So those two are going to move to attack Amadeus, and these ones are going to move here to get on the side of Surok and also attack him. And these ones are going to close this side on the commander. So what is going to happen here in terms of actions is 2 attacks against the wizard. So that's a 16 and a 19 on the dice with plus 3 each one. It's a 22 and then a 19 to hit. Do I hit?
Yeah. Me, of course. I have a
Yes, sir.
14 armor class.
Okay, so we're gonna roll a bit of damage. You'll be all right. You're nice and beefy. Not the kind of thing that a wizard is usually supposed to do, but hey. Okay, so that's going to be a... Right, so one is going to be a healthy 8 points of slashing damage. You get hit with a rusty short sword to the thigh. And the other one is a little bit less. It's a poke with a spear. You get 6 points.
So that's a total of 14 points. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You take a
good.
couple of hits. I wonder, how does it feel inside of Amadeus to take some flesh wounds and walk away feeling fine? Not the typical
Feels
wizard
good.
experience.
Feels good.
It's nice to be beefy. Hit the gym, motherfuckers. And then... what's the word here? Oh, yeah. A multi-attack. So there's going to be 2 longsword attacks against the half orc because motherfucker, you did so much damage. If I tracked aggro as a, if this was a video game, you would be taking all the aggro right now. Just with all due respect.
No, I know.
First one's what, 2? Second one is a 20 on the dice.
Huge.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
All right.
So this is going to be 2d10s. Plus how much? I hope you're okay, because in a moment of carelessness, you suddenly feel a blade go into your stomach and out of your shoulder. It's a miracle it hasn't taken one of your organs, but you take 31 points of damage.
Who's that?
Me.
Zorok.
Jesus, mother of God.
In a blinding display of military swordsmanship, the Centurion takes the few seconds it has in this assault you've submitted him to deal a grievous wound. Now, because you have so many goddamn resistances, including poison and acid, you don't take additional acid damage, which is why I think you're not incapacitated. But
No,
with
I
that,
got 34 points of damage, so it left me pretty close, but
I told you guys there was a chance that somebody would fucking die this session, and you haven't even gotten to the boss of the dungeon. Oh! But with that, the tide of battle changes once more, and it returns to the heroes.
Oh, wait,
However,
wait.
I will say this. Without any perception checks, you all notice something. There's now a cloud where the ceiling was before, and something is groaning with stress. What do you do, gentlemen?
if I look up, do I see what's behind the cloud?
I mean, sometimes you see snippets of the ceiling. The ceiling is still there, but there's just a wacky amount of water in the air.
Shit, does that mean if we kill the big guy, the water going to fall down because he's the one casting the spell? I don't know anything about magic, so it's impossible for Murakami to deduct that at this moment. But what Murakami can do is put Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Okay, you fling a status effect onto the man.
Yeah.
What are
this
the
is
others
one
going to be
of the
doing?
trios, and I'm going to use my breath weapon in a cone shape.
Okay, please roughly make a triangle and describe the cone for me as much as you
Okay.
can. Who are you going to be catching here? Oh, I see. I think I see. It's an inverted
Nice.
triangle. Ah. And I get it.
Okay.
I see what you're trying to do. So it's a dexterity check to get half damage, isn't it? Let me just make some rolls here.
Wait. This is just mess up. Yeah, it's a dexterity check. But I can okay.
Oh, he got everyone, motherfucker.
Listen,
And I have extra damage on acid.
well, here's the thing. In spite of his invulnerability, because of your elemental adept, that would technically also hit Surok.
Yeah, but I'm
You're
immune.
free-
Not
You're free to
resist.
shoot. Yeah, but he's got. Oh no, that's right. It only affects resistance, not full
Resistance.
immunity. You
Yeah.
wily motherfucker! I'll kill you one of these days. All right, fine.
Okay,
So
let's
the
see,
bad
that's-
news is that both groups of enemies rolled above a 16 on the dice, so they're probably going to take half damage. But roll the damage anyways. I believe you've doubled the dice recently.
Yeah, it's 2 the 10. And that's a 16 I have an interlarded market here.
Come on, faster.
Ah,
I'm
well,
gonna end up
yeah,
putting
it's
everybody
just-
on a 1-minute
just-
timer for their turns. Not to be a
Just
dick,
that,
just
no,
to make sure that
that
everything flows.
only give me reduce their resistance. So it's 16 total.
So 8 points of damage. This time, you're not able to kill anybody, but it does deal a hearty amount of damage to all of the remaining Roman soldiers. The ceiling groans further. Gentlemen, what will you do?
Okay. Can I, like, I know I don't have cleave, but can I do the same thing I said and, like, do one swing? Probably spin twice since it's 2 attacks and see how many I hit. Since I am surrounded, I can at the very least hit the commander and the 2 next to me.
I'll say it's allowed, but you have to do me a strength check in this case, just to make sure that you go through all of the bodies.
So what's my difficulty?
15.
Sorry?
15.
15. 13 plus 4.
You are able to do it.
Okay, so Black Lance.
Now, remember that the
Tell me
commander's
now.
got pretty high AC, but, you know.
Oh,
Wait a second.
can,
Wait a second.
What?
can I add something? The hunter's mark
Um,
add
is
1d6
Europe-
to the big guy of damage.
You're this one, right?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay. This is Turek.
yeah.
Yeah, the orc here in the corner.
They have. Does he have tactical advantage because he's kind of.
So that's a skill called pack tactics, which I like to say by default that you have, you know, as a group. So, but this isn't an attack roll. This is a this is a breath weapon. So it basically deals damage,
No.
and the enemies have to dodge it.
No. I mean Zurak.
Oh no, Zurok's got immunity to the acid type. They actually
But
work
I mean,
really well
if
together as a
he's
team.
gonna do an attack. Doesn't he have a tactical advantage with the big guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. Technically, you can attack with advantage.
There you go.
Well, it would cancel. Wait, if I have attack with advantage, so I would roll a normal attack because I have to roll the Black Lance with disadvantage.
That's correct. It would cancel out.
All right.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
So, Cronan,
Lady Luck, don't fail me now.
add the d6 I just forgot?
14 plus 7, 21.
Ooh, that is a hit. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. So this guy has fairly low HP left, and he hasn't used all of his reactions because he is currently busy doing some magical thingamabob to the ceiling. If you are able to deal more than 10 points of damage in the hit, he cannot keep concentration. And I mean, how do I put this? Yeah, he's very close to death, but you have to deal enough damage. Otherwise, there may be a counter response. Good luck. The plot thickens, my balls sicken. The banana hammock is made out of lichen.
18
Oh, God.
points of damage.
My medication
Yes.
may be off. 19 points of damage is enough.
18.
Okay, 18. It's also enough. So here's what happens, gentlemen. You cut the thing's head off, and immediately there is a rushing sound of vacuum, and all of the bones are pulled away by the strongest wind you've felt in your entire life into a little hole in the opposite wall, as if all of the Romans were being sucked by a vacuum. There is a grinding sound as probably the mortal remains of over a dozen men are sucked into a hole the size of a coin. in a second. All of the water in the air is gone. You guys hear the sound of rushing water. There is the sound of stone moving against stone. Somewhere behind you, you think maybe the other path down the hallway had a door that is now open.
Okay,
And
I
with
look
that-
to the
oh.
ceiling.
You look, it's stone, but it's dripping with water. However, what you see
Will
in this one is this protuberance. Roll me an intelligence check.
Will he's going at that? I just go by his sides and give him a little slap in the shoulder. You okay? And cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank God. Because I was going to say you had like an anal prolapse. You were that close to death.
So it's an insta 2d8 plus 2 heal.
Okay, you cast some healing. Please roll that intelligence check. Anybody else who wants can also roll.
18 plus 1 to the intelligence.
Jesus. Well, here's the thing. You guys know Jon Snow from Game of Thrones? Well, Kit Harington, the actor, his great-grandfather invented indoor plumbing. He invented the toilet. Now, of course, Zurok cannot know that, but he is discovering for the first time the idea of a pipe of water inside of the walls. You do come from a medieval setting. This is the way that I tell you to close this today's chapter, that Zurok has never used the toilet before, you disgusting half-orc.
So how much healing did I get?
5 points.
5.
5 points of healing.
That's...
All right. Before we close it, I go to Zurok and I say, I have to like you very much. And I cast life transference.
Oh, shit. What does that do? You just give a bunch of health?
No, I'm going to take some hell of mine and give it to him because he's almost dying. So I'm going to throw a
shit,
few
man.
guys.
By the way, I did that
Wait.
with the intention that no one noticed that I'm healing him. Probably Amadeus will notice, but I don't want that fucking orc to notice that I'm helping him.
I mean, again,
the
I can give him
that his gooch, the space between the balls and the penis, is healed when you slap him on the back is a pretty strong indicator. Like, you took some damage that does not correlate to the sword going through you. Now that you think about it, it was stronger than the physical hit, which is weird. Spooky.
Okay.
So how much health do you give him, Amadeus?
Ow. So I get 20 points of necrotic damage and he gets 20 points of healing damage.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Listen, man.
Healing
you
damage.
See,
Okay.
You see the man start to steam
healing damage.
and
The
quite
duel.
literally lose a lot of his new, like, healthy fat from having been reborn. Amadeus, you look a bit like you look kind of mummified. You look like a beef jerky version of yourself. A lot more like Temok, now that you think about it. You are hurt, but in a way that doesn't incapacitate you. Also, Jesus fucking Christ, this wizard is tough. He's got a lot of HP now.
By the way, since he did health transfer, does that apply the curse to me as well now?
Nope, this is arcane magic. No blood magic in the middle.
Okay.
He did that through good old-fashioned spellcrafting.
After I do that, I sit on the floor and I said, okay, let's take a rest.
Yeah.
With that,
Thank you.
as you sit down on the floor, you guys
I can give
hear a
him
voice.
my life-giving force. So that's 7 HP.
It's
So
only
Amadeus.
temporary, unfortunately. It wouldn't count as healing. But you
Well-
guys hear a voice that says, damn, you guys did all the work. And you turn around to see that your ally, Mr.
John.
Supernatural Policeman John, the Smoke Jaguar, is standing there in the darkness saying, I didn't know how to open the door. But I think I have to tell you something. Are you ready to fight a green
motherfucker.
dragon?
Boy, you took
Repite,
twice.
repite.
That
Perdón,
means you
repite.
got 40 points of healing.
Come again?
He didn't get 20, he got 40.
What?
How?
You give twice the damage you get? Damn.
Holy shit, that is really effective
brought me back
when
to
you're
full
such a
health.
muscle, when you're already a tank sard. Here's the thing, people, because Amadeus has gone through the rebirth process, much like the NPC that's just entered the room, he is physically, he's got a frankly unfair augmentation to his physical stats. Whereas he used to be around normal height, he now towers over everybody else at somewhere around 7 feet. You've got blood to spare. But I think this is about a good stopping point for now. Gentlemen, you keep
Okay,
the
so
ass
what
of
I
those
say
NPCs.
now is
I was expecting those fights
need
to be harder. Come again?
What I told them is I need to rest.
Yes,
And I
so
fall on the floor.
you guys may take a short rest in the dungeon. At the start of the next adventure, please make sure you've tallied up whatever points and recovery that you do before. And we will pick up the next adventure next Sunday right here at this place and time. Thank you, everybody, for having participated. I will now take off my cape and stop being the exaggerated form of myself.
Okay.
El micro.
Hey.
El micro.
Where did my headphone go? So don't put it up your ass, little puppy.
El micro.
Alright.
El micrófono.
Microphone.
Una capa.
Yeah, the other microphone.
Thank you,
Give me a
sir.
second. I need to feed my cat. Be right back.
Oh, and I need to pee again, which is terrible. So here's the thing. I have the boss fight already prepared, the next couple of rooms in this dungeon, but
Is the stream done?
no, we're still on stream. I'll call this about 10 minutes of it just afterwards. I have the next fight prepared, but I don't think we would... I think it's going to be a lot more fun if we have... if we're starting fresh when we go and fight the dragon. Now I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. The name of this particular dragon is Asterax the Obstinate. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's a
Now,
green dragon, for what the postman said.
indeed, green dragons are wily motherfuckers. They don't like. They like to play dirty. But yeah, your ally appeared there after you guys did all of the work and avoided the gelatinous cube of very Everclear death. You took down you took down that squadron of Roman soldiers very, very easily. Admittedly, the caster wasn't doing a lot of casting. I just thought that his armor would hold up a little bit better. Fucking hell, man.
I mean, to be fair, my dice really said, fuck this guy.
Yeah. The fact that you connected on all 4 hits, even with a parry, is kind of wacky. I'll say for myself that I could have done a better job on the sound design, but I am happy with my NPC designs this week. Yeah, this is a bit of a more crunchy mechanical section of the story, but we'll get back to some more role-playing probably by the end of next session and then further on. I hope you all had fun. If there's anything that you would like to see more or see more of, this is a moment to say.
Someone noticed a few streams ago, it would be nice to have displayed on the stream, like on the borders, the stats of each player, not just the name. I don't know if that's possible.
One thing that I want to do is just make a alternating sort of series of, call it loading screens, that show the characters' illustrations and stats as we're talking, sort of every now and again with transitions and stuff, so that people have a little bit of a better idea of who the characters are. Now, this week, I'm hoping to finally get something done with my official illustrator, and I'll get back to you guys onto that, because I have to improve the user interface. But you know, it's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Man, somebody needs a decongestant spell.
What?
Anyways, I can just hear breathing. It's fine. So I had a lot of fun. No level up this time because you swept the enemy so much. I just cannot give you experience for that. It was disgusting. I hate you.
I think that was fair. That's the proof that we level up.
Yeah. Your characters are pretty strong, and one of the reasons, like, I genuinely thought that commander was going to take someone out. Because if you weren't able to just take him down first couple of turns, he had a bunch of death magic. That's nasty. But also, could have talked to him.
I think I
Just
like
saying,
that.
he was doing something on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, considering that the rest of the guys just formed up to attack us, that was kind of out of the question.
Did they, though? Because the first thing I did with the characters was put them in defensive formation, do a warning shot, and then they received a couple of power spells. By the way, I'm sorry I keep taking one of your spells down, Fito. It's just a very common it's a very common thing in this setting that wizards have counterspell prepared, or they have that little thing the other character had, which is it's like a prepaid counterspell machine, right? It's like you can prepay an amount of them, and it's more or less efficient, and blah 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 blah. That'll show up around later. I'm going to spoil the story right now. So yeah, I hope you had fun, and if you want to say anything to the audience, this is the moment.
Yeah.
Drive safe, drink water, don't do drugs. At least not the illegal kind.
Unless your doctor
Good,
tells you.
good.
Oh, no one.
Good.
If not illegal.